Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you guys are having a great day. So, I actually did a react to Neo Tarot's reading about Foodie and Pete's yesterday, and for some reason, the audio did not show up. Oops, I forgot to check the audio. My bad. It's okay. It's all right. Because I was actually kind of aggravated yesterday anyway, and sometimes things happen for a reason. So I'm going to go ahead and redo my react to Neo Tarot's reading, which, by the way, was amazing, absolutely awesome. And I love the fact that French Fry Girl featured the reading in her latest live stream. I love the fact that Neo Tarot, Neo, I love the fact that a lot of people are discovering your channel and enjoying all of your readings, whether it's on Girl World or not, and your channel is growing. That makes me so incredibly happy. So yeah, the reading for Foodie and Pete's was interesting. There were a lot of things said that I already knew, but there were things said that I didn't know. And I'd like to give my thoughts to Neo Tarot's reading. For those of you on my channel that are new here, you've never heard of Neo Tarot, I invite you to look down below in this video's description, where you'll find the original link for the original video and her channel, and you can check out the reading for yourself, leave her a like, leave her a comment, sub up to her channel, enjoy all of her wonderful content. And for those of you that need a private reading with Neo Tarot, all you have to do is look in the description of any of her videos and you'll find it in the merch store. So how about we get into the reading of Foodie and Pete, courtesy of Neo, and I'll give my thoughts as we go. Let me just go ahead and share the screen. Okay. And take it away, Neo.
For Pete's. Now, you guys have been talking to me about this man in regards to Foodie. So let's see what Spirit wants me to share. Moving in love and light. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes.
Okay, before we get into her take on the first two cards, my feeling during the original react was that these two cards are very, they represent Pete's and Foodie. The Bless Your Heart card, that is Pete's. It absolutely is him. His heart is just out there for Chantal. Notice that it's a balloon and it's a heart on basically a string. What are you trying to tell me, Spirit? Spirit is saying that that is Pete's, that he puts his heart out there. He wears his heart on a sleeve, and he desperately wants Chantal to grab onto that string and hold on to it, although she never will. So the balloon is just floating aimlessly, waiting to be taken by the person they want to take it. And the Sweating Like a Sinner in Church card, that is Chantal. They're both complete opposites with their feelings, whereas he is out in the open. Look, there's nothing around the balloon. There's nothing around the heart balloon. She, on the other hand, is, covering her face. She's hiding herself. Got the fan, like she hides her true feelings if she has any. And it's a matter of one person being out in the open, while the other person is more of like, I'm hiding my feelings, I'm hiding my feelings, I'm hiding myself. And at the same time, if you notice in the background of the Sweating Like a Sinner in Church card, you got all these different colored tiles, which to me is indicative of she's got a very chaotic mind. Like her thoughts are all over the place. And to me, those different colored tiles represent different emotions that are just running through her. And everything is very fragmented. It's colorful, it's fragmented, but nothing's really coming together to form any kind of shape or form. It's just impulses, it's thoughts, it's emotions, like everything going in a different direction. So you've got this background of chaos going on. At the same time, the person that's experiencing this inner chaos, they're covering their face, always covering their face, always disguising something, always hiding something. So one person is very, very open and out in the open, and the other person is I'm in disguise, and I can't let you know what I'm feeling.
Finds it to his heart. Sometimes it's not. You got to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. So Spirit is acknowledging that he has a big heart when it comes to Foodie. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and that is his Achilles heel. The heart is big with passion for people, and or business. But there's this energy of friendship, appreciation, devotion, worthiness, caring, playful teasing. Also, when it comes to her, there's this energy of sweating like a sinner in church. Multiple moving pieces, multiple moving people. It's very juggling. It's very
I'm also getting something else off that sweating like a sinner in church card. Like the woman in the picture wearing the hat. Like I feel like she's looking over at the balloon, like with a sense of, I want to say distaste. I want to say just not interested, like almost like peeping over the fan, like, and then looking away. So there's really not a feeling of seeing something or seeing someone and being interested. It's just lightly looking over at them and looking away.
Scattered. Okay, there's a lot of solar plexus energy acknowledging the fire in the belly to do what one wants to do because they can. That is their choice. But know that good choices equal good karma and bad choices equal bad karma. We also have this fan here and it's purple, acknowledging that they're hiding behind their choices. They're hiding behind their higher intuitive self because higher intuitively they know that this is not right. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, there's also this energy when it comes to her.
Sorry, Neil. I'm so sorry. The sweet tooth card. Look where the alligator is facing. The alligator is facing towards the heart, which is Pete's. The alligator coming towards the heart balloon with a candy cane in its mouth. So like I feel like the three cards all line up together to form a picture. You've got the bless your heart card, which is Pete's on one side on the left. You have the sinner in church card on the right, and that is Chantal hiding her true self, disguising herself, hiding her emotions, being very secretive about herself. And the middle is the sweet tooth card, where there's, to me, the alligator represents intention. That is her intention. This is her predatory self. Like that the alligator is going towards the heart balloon with a candy cane of, I'm a predator. I'm an apex predator. I'm hiding most of my body underneath the water where you can't see it, but I'm approaching you with a candy cane in my mouth to make you forget that I'm a predator. And the candy cane to me is it's sweetness in the mouth. Like the spirit is telling me, whispering sweet nothings in somebody's ear. Like she's approaching Pete's with candy. Oh, here's some candy. Here's something sweet. I'm going to say something sweet to you to make you forget what I actually am or distract you from what I actually am. It's very, very deceptive. So you go from the picture of a woman but she's got a very predatory nature. So when she's in her predatory state, she's approaching Pete with a candy cane in her mouth as though like, yeah, I'm an alligator, but let's forget about that for a minute. Here's a candy cane and just focus on the candy cane and not me.
Her. That there's this energy of being lured into someone's emotional abyss, unable to keep their head above water, unable to swim, fighting for one's life. Now, how did you get there? It was some form of temptation. This could be some form of adder, intimacy, a proposal, a message of love. And this just puts a bad taste in his mouth when it comes to her energy.
Yeah, and when the life gives you lemons card, like that is the end result. So we started out with the heart balloon, which is him. Here, Chantal, my heart is out in the open. Chantal, she's looking at pizza as a issue. But when she wants something, she becomes the alligator with a candy cane in her mouth, which leads to the life gives you lemons card. And there's always an aftermath of him feeling not so good about the occasion. Whatever happens, like he's always left with a sense of, and yet it happens over and over and over and over again. And it's not going to stop until he realizes that he's dealing with somebody who has a predatory nature. You can't expect a leopard to be anything other than a leopard. It's a leopard. It's going to do what a leopard does. You can't expect a snake to do anything other than what a snake is designed to do. And you can't expect somebody who has a predatory nature in every way to be anything less than a predator. Like there's an old story, y'all. And it takes many forms. But there's an old story that I heard a long time ago of an old woman who found a snake almost frozen to death in the snow. And she felt sorry for it. And she brought it inside of her home to warm up by the fire. And she felt good that she had done a good thing. But then when the snake was completely unfrozen, it turned around and bit her. And then when the woman was dying and asking the snake, "Why did you do that? I saved you." The snake simply replied, "You knew what I was when you picked me up." And so it is with Chantal and Pete. She is a predator. She is a snake, and she's going to bite. At some point or another, she's going to bite you until you realize maybe it's not a good idea to pick up a snake, maybe leave it alone. And he keeps trying to pick up that snake, and he keeps getting bit.
Needing to get grounded, acknowledging that when the eyes are closed, there's this energy of manifesting and desiring something, but when the eyes are open, it's not what you thought it was. Closing eyes again, acknowledging with a frown face that this is bitter to the taste, trying to turn lemons into lemonade, being optimistic, focusing on perseverance, seeking some form of opportunity, creativity, and geniusness. And so that's how we're going to try to turn lemons into lemonade. Again, when it comes to her, there's this energy of adding a layer to the cake. Okay, seeking accomplishment, triumph, self-esteem, confidence, talent, accolade, and fame. A little something I threw together when it comes to Foodie Beauty. Okay, so Pete's, what's the T when it comes to Foodie Beauty? Okay, attracting moths. A nightmare. Toxic.
Ooh. Now, well, those weren't good cards. I'm going to say something. And this just occurred to me a few minutes ago before I started this react. Foodie's life is all about loops. Everything is on a loop, including the people that are around Chantal. Everybody that orbits around her is connected to her. They're all stuck in a loop with her. Pete cannot tear himself away from Chantal, although he needs to. He's stuck in a loop with Chantal. And because he's stuck in a loop and he won't unstick himself, he keeps experiencing the same sadness and unhappiness and depression and disappointment over and over again. Chantal's family, they're stuck in a loop with her because she won't change and because she's stuck in a life of addiction. Salah is stuck in a loop of unhappiness with her because he won't tear himself away. Even her pets, they're stuck in an unhappy loop with her. And they will forever be stuck in a loop until she releases them or gives them away or something. It's only when you remove yourself from the loop that you also remove the unhappiness that comes with the loop. With someone like Chantal, you've got to cut the string and you've got to shut and lock the door and not let that person through. You don't walk away from them. You run. You run as fast as you can, as far as you can. You don't look back. You don't have any kind of contact. That is the way to break the loop forever.
You guys have already also said that a copycat, okay, not being her true authentic self.
Nope.
So you guys have also said that he got some money, and what's the energy about him giving her some money, giving her some of this money? Getting a room, hotel, motel, suite for business or for pleasure. There's also
that card right there. You know, I noticed in some of Pete's live streams that he was acting rather chipper. happy, which is not like him. He's usually very baseline, flatline, sad. That is just his normal state. He's a very lonely guy, and he doesn't get out and he doesn't talk to anybody. And I think that's one of the main attractions for Chantal, because she is unfortunately his favorite person, his only person. If he had more people to pick from and more of a social life, then with exposure to those people and situations, he would realize how toxic she really is. I know he realizes she is toxic, but I don't think he gets how deeply toxic she is and how damaging she is. And he won't know that until he's exposed himself to something completely different that doesn't hurt so much. But he was acting very, very chipper, very happy. And I had this feeling, y'all, that Chantal was doing the most when she came back to Canada, that she was spending time with him and really putting on the charm. She knows what to say to Pete. How could she not? They've known each other since high school. She knows what appeals to him. Do I think that they were sexual in some way? No. But I think, like, Spirit keeps telling me that she was doing the most and she was seducing him with comfort, the promise of comfort. And what comfort could she offer him? Promises of, yeah, I'm going to move back to Canada and we can live together and everything will be as it was, because that's what he really, really wants. I don't think he's interested in a sexual relationship with Chantal. I think he knows that's over. But I think he and Chantal, they have certain things in common. And one of the things they have in common is that she's got daddy issues. She keeps looking for like a fatherly figure in the men that she's around. And Pete, on his end, he's looking for like a motherly figure, someone who will mother him and take care of him and pay for the bills and pay for the rent. And he can just sit in his room and do nothing and just be taken care of like a little boy. So they both have a similar issues, just slanted differently. And once upon a time, he had the mothering from Chantal. They lived together. She paid for everything. He could sit in his room and do nothing. I think he wants that back. And Chantal's a master manipulator, and I'm sure she knows that. And knowing that Pete had 15 grand, you know that she was doing the most to get the most out of him. Whatever she could get, however she could get it. So if that meant spending time with him and seducing him with sweet words of, yeah, I'm really thinking about coming back to Canada, and really getting his hopes up, if that's what it took to get what she wanted out of Pete, she was going to say or do whatever it took to get those things. Although you'll see in this reading a little bit later on, she didn't get all that she wanted. But getting a room together, girl.
Also, this energy of a crush, and you already know the tea.
Yeah, even though they're both older people, he still has a crush on her. He is still crushing on Chantal. He still wants her. He's loyal to a fault. Even though he could give up her secrets and make money off those secrets, he won't, because there's a little tiny flame in his heart with her name on it. And he knows the moment he opens his mouth, it's all over. So to keep that tiny flame alive, because that's all he has, he's going to keep his mouth shut. Absolutely keep it shut.
Spoiling someone, getting spoiled, treating, catering, buying them food. Okay. Is this still your crush? Is this still your thing? There's also arguments with these two in regards to that money. I don't know why I'm hearing settlement. Putting them in their place.
Yeah, I think when she came back to Canada, she got something from him. What she got, I cannot say. But I feel like he gave her something for some purpose, although she did not get all that she wanted. Spirit keeps telling me that she was using all kinds of tools of manipulation. That first, She was appealing to his sense of being flattered, like she was flattering him, spending time around him. Uh, and because of that, he gave her a little bit. Maybe he bought her some food. Maybe he gave her some money. But she wanted more. She took his generosity as sort of a lead in to get more. She overstepped. Her greediness overstepped, and she wanted more. And then when he put his foot down and said, I'm not going to give you any more, that's when she came at him with, I keep hearing him in my mind, like she tried to guilt him and had given her more money. I keep hearing it, like her screaming at him, I took care of you for 3 years and I paid all the bills and I paid the rent while you did nothing. I deserve more. Like she honestly looked at his settlement, inheritance as her money, that she was entitled to it. And she really put on the pressure, although it didn't get her anywhere. And that led to some bad feelings, but she tried it. She was putting on the charm. She was putting on the ways, and she got a little bit, but she didn't get all that she wanted.
Interesting. All right. When it comes to their relationship energy, current energy, we do get honor in reverse. I used to limit my ambition and place myself in a box based on what I was told I could achieve. Since meeting you, I am trying to dream big and embrace our competitive drive constructively. No.
Spirit keeps telling me something about that first card. His honor to her dishonor. He's trying to hold up a little bit of honor. At the same time, she's dishonorable. Like maybe he's got thoughts of being somebody, going somewhere. He's thinking for himself. Chantal's very, very arrogant. She's so arrogant with Pete's. She thinks because he's wrapped around her finger, he'll always be wrapped around her finger. Pete's is still her target. And she treats him like a target. But because she spends so much time and so much energy focusing on Salah, she lost a little bit of her grip on Pete's. Like she, as an abusive person, she doesn't understand. She doesn't get it. If you have a target, you got to stay focused on them. You have to. Because if they have time away from you and they get to smell the fresh air and be around different people and just have moments of pure peace and quiet and silence, it gives that person time to think and to feel and to realize and to analyze things. And whatever control that the abuser has over that individual, that control becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. Pete's is still under control of Chantal, but it's been almost 3 years that she's been away. She had the most control of him when she was there physically, but she's lost the control by being in Kuwait for so long. And I'm sure it's astounding to her that she came back to Canada and she wanted a great deal of that money and did not get it. Maybe she was astounded that he finally told her no and put his foot down and did not give her all that she was asking for. And for this card, no exit. Again, this has to do with the loop. Chantal and Pete's stuck in a loop, an endless loop of, notice the two people in the picture. They're both walking in a loop over and over again, like not in a circle, but a square. But they're not walking together. They're walking separately. They're absolutely walking separately, but they're still stuck in a loop where they can't go down, they can't go up. They're just walking around each other over and over and over again.
No exit, trapped in a situation with no exit or escape, experiences a perpetual return to the same situations, trapped in an infinite loop with no escape, engages in a cis theme, task that never ends. And then in the middle of the deck, we get third party situation. I was foolish to underestimate the impact of infidelity. I should have valued our connection more than my desires. Please forgive me for not recognizing.
Back to that card for just a minute. Let me read that. It says, I was foolish to underestimate the impact of infidelity. I should have valued our connection more than my desires. Please forgive me for not recognizing its importance. I feel that is something that she would be saying to him in a manipulative moment, using that as a manipulation tactic. Because to this day, Pete is bitter and he's hurt because she cheated on him. That's always been a thorn sticking into his heart that she did that. He's angry about that. I feel like he's got some deep anger over that, but yet he won't go up to her and voice his anger and let it out. It's deep inside of him, like a rotten seed in rotten soil that has taken root and it just won't let go. So if Chantal came back to Canada, just trying to appeal to him, like she might be a person to say a false I'm sorry, trying to act as if she's taking the thorn out when she's really not. But the number 3 is very significant because every time I do a reading on Chantal, the number 3 comes up. It's always a 3-way situation. She's not happy with just one guy. She seeks validation and value in the desires of other men, multiple men, the attention of other men. So he will never have her all to himself. That day has passed. She is not interested. And if we're going to be blunt, she doesn't respect him due to the fact that she's been able to walk all over him for years. And once you lose respect for a person, you can't get it back. So now all that he's got left of Chantal is him being a doormat for her dirty feet. That's the best he can hope for, and that's all he's going to get. In the meantime, she's going to take advantage of that, and she's going to run off to be with other men because he allows it. He allows her to take advantage of him, and all he has to do to break the loop is say no. And he's not ready for that yet. Not at all.
Connection more than my desires. Please forgive me for not recognizing its importance. I keep picking up on 3 when it comes to her.
Yep.
Not my business. Okay, so Pete's current energy when it comes to Foodie. Needing to transform, manifest, metamorphosize, move along. I do see water sign energy, and or could be emotional. Also acknowledging illusion, smoke and mirror. I do see the moon. Whatever you do in the dark will come to the light. Whatever you're trying to suppress is going to come to the surface. Whatever you're trying to hide, I don't know why Spirit is saying hide and seek. Whatever you're trying to hide is going to be revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, manifestation, manipulation, and or pregnancy is also the energy that I'm picking up on. Okay. I don't know why. I was about to say follow the yellow brick road. Oh my goodness. And then we see yellow bricks. Thank you, Spirit. Great fortune and big luck. So it's acknowledging that there is money here. But when it comes to her, subconsciously, someone is trying to transform, manifest, shift, move along, knowing that there's a great fortune and big luck. They're even trying to do a love spell. So be very careful.
Oh, and this isn't the first time in this reading that magic is mentioned. I don't know if Chantal is doing love spells or rituals for love or to get persuasion over people, but she really needs to cut that out because doing a love spell specifically towards another person is always a bad idea. It always is. For more than a few reasons. First of all, if you are doing a love spell on somebody without their consent, without their knowledge, you are interfering in their free will. If the love is real, if it's meant for you, it will be yours regardless of any ritual or spell that's done. It's okay to do a love spell if you are saying to the universe, Please bring me love. I want more love in my life. That could take many forms and many shapes. It could be in the form of a new pet or love from colleagues at work, and you're feeling the love, you're feeling the admiration, love of family, love of life. It could come in many forms. Sometimes the love you want isn't the love you need. So doing like a general love spell is not a problem. But the moment you try to be controlling with it and name a specific person, that can backfire in the worst way. Absolute worst. That is bad, bad karma. So I don't know if Chantal is doing a love spell on Salah, on Pete's, if she was trying to put some ritual stuff on Pete's in a way to get the money out of him, to enthrall him to her will. But that's going to backfire, Chantal, if you did that.
Oceans, rituals, attraction, self-love, and romance. Not my business, not my problem. I don't want to tussle. I don't want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Peace when it comes to foodie.
There we go. Magic prayer. And a prayer could be anything said by anybody. You could pray for whatever you want. But first we had the love potion card. Now we got the magic prayer card. Somebody might be doing something they ain't supposed to do.
There's a, magic prayer. We do get 32. 5 is significant change through chaos. Speak your prayers, listen for answers, act in faith. When you see the magic prayer card, it is a reminder that your prayers will be answered. Spirit is always waiting to help you and to heal you when you're in need. That said, the best prayer is, thy will be done through me, thy will and not mine be done. So it's the will of the universe, the will of the ultimate vibrating source of life, not yours. Okay. So it might not work out in the way that you wanted it to, because there's divine plan for the universe, for universal order. Okay. So conscious contact with your higher power is achieved through the ritual of prayer and meditation. Speak and listen to divine force within the field of creation. Surrender your wishes and desires to spirit. You may not get what you want, but you will surely get what you need.
Right. Right. That which is supposed to be yours will be yours. That which is not in your best interest, spirit is going to do its best to get it away from you. That's why Chantal's life right now is in chaos, because she is surrounded by things that are not meant for her. She is not being her true, authentic self. She might not even know what that is because she's been living in a fantasy land for so long. She's around a person, Salah, that doesn't love her, although she's been trying for the longest to seduce him with money. She's in a place that she really doesn't belong. Kuwait is not her home. So there's all these different factors to consider with the unhappiness of her life. Factor in also the fact that she has chosen a path to make money, which is at the detriment of her health. So she is dealing with the consequences of all these bad choices. And no matter how many rituals she might be doing or having other people do for her, whatever spells they might be doing, everything is going to get worse before it gets better. If you want to break the cycle, if you want to get out of the loop, you've got to cut it to pieces. You've got to do something different. And yet she thinks that she does the same things over and over and over and over and over again, that somewhere in it all, there's going to be a different result. And Chantal, as they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. You want a different result, you got to do something different.
Your destiny awaits you as long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power. Be assured that you are on the right path. So someone is saying a magic prayer for the other, and spirit is acknowledging you might not get what you want in your magical prayer, but the universe is going to make sure that universal order is restored. Mm-hmm. There is balance. So do your prayer, do whatever you think you're doing, and that might be, it's not my problem, but the universe is going to get it together. Somebody praying. Okay, somebody is praying. Spirit says with the King of Swords, someone also has some distorted thoughts. With the Six of Swords, there's nowhere to go. They have to return. There's delays. And then with the Six of Staff in reverse, there's this energy of not being supported, not feeling victorious, not feeling like you're at the top of your game. You're feeling like a fall from grace.
You know what I got from those three cards, Neo? Damsel in distress. Chantal loves to be the damsel in distress. She loves to be the victim. Can we go back with those cards, please? There we go. So we've got the swords card, like somebody who is, it's all three of those cards are inverted. Amazing. Someone who, the first card is somebody who isn't strong anymore because it's upside down. And we've got the Six of Swords, somebody on a journey that they're not on a journey. We got the Six of Staffs. I keep feeling damsel in distress of somebody who's lost their footing. They're stuck. They don't feel strong anymore. They put themselves in a corner of helplessness by their own design, by their own hand. And then by putting themselves in that corner, they can cry victim. They can cry weak. And they look for someone to rescue them out of the situation that they put themselves in. And that is Chantal all day. She could easily rescue herself. She doesn't want to do that. She wants someone else to fix her mess. So, like, yeah, that's just what I'm getting. The damsel in distress, like I'm like the Six of Staffs, I keep feeling someone losing their grip. Like I keep like because it's inverted and upside down, I keep feeling like the person is like holding onto the staff and they're about to fall through the sky, going ah. With the Six of Swords, I keep feeling like waterfall. I feel like this person's going over a waterfall. Like they're falling, absolutely falling. But she put herself in this weak, hopeless victim. I'm losing my grip. I have no strength position. Somebody come rescue me. Somebody come save me. And she's not getting that. Everybody around her is tired or they don't have the resources to save her. She's got to learn to save herself.
Not feeling like you're at the top of your game. You're feeling like a fall from grace. Okay. Okay. Peace. Pizza and Foodie. The Empress, someone is open and creative and nurturing, inviting.
Notice the Empress has a snake wrapped around her arm, though. Someone who's putting off the picture of being regal, but they have a snake wrapped around their arm. I think Pete has always been enthralled with the fact that Chantal is more outgoing, more social than he is. He's always been just so enthralled with that. But the Empress has a snake wrapped around her arm.
Interesting. And the Tower card is in reverse. So someone is averting disaster, not wanting to go through this Tower moment, this moment of change, this moment of chaos. They're reverting it. They're holding it off. They're putting it off. But guess what? You cannot hold off the inevitable. With the Four of Coins, they're also holding on to people and their possessions too tightly. Very greedy, very possessive, very controlling.
Definitely Chantal. And I think that she's doing the most right now to, for some reason, I keep hearing she's extensions. Like she knows what's coming and she knows what she needs to do and what's coming down the pike. But she keeps holding things off, holding things off, holding things off. You know, like doing whatever she needs to do and saying whatever she needs to say, to filing extensions for more time. Oh, I need more time. I need more time. Let me say whatever it is I need to say and do whatever it is I need to do to get, say, a few more weeks in Kuwait or a few more months. She keeps putting off what she knows needs to happen. And the Four of Coins, that is so her, where she is greedy, she's possessive, she's controlling. The Pharaoh, I feel it's a great representation of Chantal because, yes, she is a woman, but she's very dominant like a man. She's got that almost male dominant aggressive energy. Like, I rule, everything's my way. So she holds everything to herself. For her, everything is a possession. Even people are possessions. They are things to control. They are things to own, but not things to cherish. She doesn't cherish the things or people that she owns. She just makes use of them. They are pieces on her chessboard to move about as she pleases. They're all pawns in her game.
Very rigid. Okay. Is Pete's giving Foodie money? There's this energy of 5 of staffs. So there's conflict, chaos, rivalry, competition in the area of business and also in the area of passion.
Good. If he's fighting her on not giving her more money, good for him. There might be something waking up in his spirit or his mind to where he's not going to be the 100% sucker like he has always been. If he is making a wiser choice and not giving her everything, I say good for him. He might be learning just a little bit. She might be getting mad over that, but good for him if he's holding on to his money and not giving her everything that is rightfully his.
With the 9 of Cups, the Knight of Cups, there is this romantic offer, this chivalry, this knight in shining armor offering a cup of emotion, offering some form of love. But with the 10 of Cups in reverse, this is disharmony, this is imbalance, this is misalignment, this is dysfunction, this is a broken home.
Yep, codependency. I got the feeling before that Chantal would have gotten more money out of Pete if she lived with him, because then she would have more of a control over him. That maybe he made her an offer of, hey, let's move in together. I'll get a place. We'll move in together. Let's lock in. Let's have things as they were. So if she wanted more money, there was only one way to get it, and that was to live with Pete. But she didn't want to do it. She wanted to go back to Kuwait. So she got what she got, and she's not going to get any more. He was really hoping for that. He made it his business before to put it on the internet. Once he got on and said, oh, I'm getting this money. And then she started popping around in his chat. And then when he got the money, he made sure to let her know also by the internet. He baited the hook. He baited it well with money. And she came back running to Canada. But all she was interested in was the money. It wasn't about him. It was about what he had that he could offer her. And maybe he thought maybe that by offering up the money that she would love him more or be with him, and it just didn't work. And it's funny when you think about it, the irony of that, because that's the same mentality that Chantal has with the men in her life. She knows that these men do not love her. They do not care about her, but she feels if she throws enough money at them that they will love her. Well, they're both going to have to learn money doesn't buy love. It really, really doesn't. Until they both figure that out, they're both going to be stuck in a loop with each other and with people around them.
And again, trying to avert disaster, not wanting to go through what feels like change, pain, and chaos, holding it off, but it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Yeah. Spirit is acknowledging with the Queen of Swords, distorted thoughts, not feeling like you are a quick thinker, not being organized, on defense. What's next for Pete's and Foodie Beauty? The Fool, starting over, feeling very reckless.
Here's Pete as the dog, sitting in front of the person. They're about to fall off the cliff. And the dog is just standing there because they know there's nothing that they can do. All they can do is just watch it happen. But they're still standing there saying, I'm still here with you, but I'm not directly beside you. All I can do is just stand back and watch what's going to happen.
Leaving, feeling like the universe is going to catch you, one end or both in a situation. Do we see the dog?
I feel like the person in the Fool card is looking towards the dog like, what, you're not going to save me? And the dog's like looking over at the man saying, well, what do you want me to do? I'm a dog. I'm just sitting here. I can't save you. You got to save yourself. You got a staff. Do something with it. I mean, but the person in the picture to me looks almost like helpless, like I'm falling, I'm about to fall. Save me, save me. And the dog's like, nope, not today, Satan.
Dog is loyal, always by that person's side, also acknowledging that they are watching them fall off of this cliff. Interesting, right? With the Queen of Staff, this person subconsciously feels very admired, feels like they're on their throne, feels like they are receiving some form of recognition in the area of business and also in the area of passion, even though they are falling off of this cliff.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? The two opposing sides. On one side, you've got the Fool card, and the person is about ready to fall off the cliff. On the other side is the Queen of Staffs. So on the right is how they perceive themselves. The left is what's really going on. So indeed, they are not the Queen of Staffs. They are not sitting on a throne, strong, secure, comfortable. The fantasy is the right. The reality is the left. Fantasy versus reality.
Still feel very high esteemed about themselves, like filled with high esteem. But in the middle of the deck with the Three of Swords, this is going to lead to ultimate heartbreak, betrayal, chaos, sadness. It's heartbreak.
It always does, Neo. Again, because they're stuck in a painful love loop with each other. He or she has got to break the loop. Got to cut the apron strings. He's tied to her. He's got to be the one to do it because she won't do it. She's a manipulator. She's a liar. She won't cut the strings. She will keep those strings knotted up to have him around whenever she needs. He's got to be the one to cut them. Because by not cutting them, this picture right here, the Three of Swords, will always keep popping up.
It's a breakup. Okay. It's sadness. We do see water sign energy, and or could be emotional, being stabbed in the heart. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Now we sit back and let the universe do what the universe does.
Amazing reading by Neo Tarot. Absolutely amazing reading. And where did my background go? Why did it do that? I don't know. It's okay. It's all right. We'll deal with that. I'm cool with it. I'm not doing this doggone thing over. No, not over a background. Okay, guys. So that's it for the reading, the react to Neo Tarot. I'm going to leave a link for Neo's original video down below in the description. Those of you that don't know about Neo Tarot or you're not subscribed to her yet, please check out her channel and offer wonderful content. And blessings to everybody out there. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.